We're on the Jewel hummingbird feeder, and my video cut off again, and I think that I might be able to make it through the last bits in the 5 minutes that I have. So, you can use this, and it's made of glass, and this part's copper. Um, this is a courtyard. It's very linearly defined, using a lot of kind of black-purple foliage and silvers and dark purples. Um, Definitely these are roses along here. You can do some pretty cool rose colors. And this is a very simple way to make a garden, and it will always look nice to people even when your plants aren't doing well, because when you add these kind of linear shapes to your garden, people think that it looks good no matter what, because they see a geometric shape there that makes sense to them. So that's a good trick to use when you're not sure if you can care for your garden all the time, or if you're planting things that sometimes get kind of unruly. This is a very formal garden. It would take a lot more care. Anytime you've got grass like this, you're going to be caring for it a whole lot. If you replace that grass with some other medium, then you wouldn't have quite as much care to these as if it was stone. But yeah, these kind of edges. But you could do all kinds of stuff. And then when you have these evergreen hedges, and hedges do require a lot of trimming, then it gives a very geometric feel that seems planned, and it kind of doesn't matter what you do in between the shapes as much, because again, people look at those shapes and they find it appealing. This is where someone made a kind of concrete castle-looking garden shelter, or maybe even the castle version of a gazebo, out in a very wild garden. And this kind of looks like a permaculture garden. So if you're someone who is not likely to do a lot of careful trimming and you want everything to look manicured, then this might be the style that you want to consider for your yard. And here we have some black tulips. I don't know about the orange in there, but you could definitely switch that out for other colors. This is just a really informal English garden, Victorian type border. And we have, this is hardscaping again. These are paving stones. There's mondo grass in between them. That's a very simple evergreen. It's not a grass, but it kind of looks like one. And you can get it in black. That's a black plant. And this is just very muted greens and silvers and whites, which can make for a really good moon garden base. And here we have statuary, kind of the traditional southern garden pond. Ponds are wonderful, reflections, and you can do some pretty cool water plants. Definitely lots, I mean, they look like they're not using a lot of flowering plants so much as they're using very structural green plants in the background. And this is a kitchen garden, and vegetable plants, some of them are really pretty no matter what. Some of them get kind of unruly, and the way to mediate that is, again, having really structural edging for them. And so this hedge, which looks like maybe a small, I don't know, I don't think that's a boxwood, but they're using something here that's easy to crop. You can use small leaf basils, you can use boxwoods, you can use a lot of things for that. And then they've got lettuce here, and maybe that's onions or lemongrass in the middle, and there's definitely a fruit tree right here. And this one I really like. This is the style of gardening I do. Just a very simple path. They've got an edging that's made of wood. You could switch out this orange for, say, black cornflowers or something more goth looking. And then this is a really great goth plant back here. It's flowering tobacco, and the flowers on that smell amazing. And so they're a really good moon garden plant. And there's some squash here. It's just definitely a mixture of edible and non-edible plants, and the kind of thing that I advocate. And this, okay, so now we're into our plants, and I think I'm going to make one more video for that because it looks like I'm going to run out of time.